You said that obviously in the scrimmage you guys played really well. I mean, how's that group been coming along?
Yeah, it's been coming along great. Everyone that's in the room has really bought in well over the past couple of weeks. There's been tremendous improvement from every single guy in the room. Probably the most improvement I've seen in a fall camp from a defensive line so far. Very talented group. We're really lucky to have a lot of great new guys and guys that have been around for a little bit longer, like myself and Herb. But it's been really good over the past couple of weeks, and we just need to keep this going.
What's just been the mindset? I mean, a lot of fans and stuff look at who you lost last year and stuff, and just say that's one of the bigger question marks is how the D-line is going to be able to contribute. I mean, when you guys hear that stuff, you know that. I mean, what's kind of the?
I mean, that's totally fair from a fan perspective, but we've had a lot of guys in the room that played a lot of football. I mean, Herb's played. He started probably 20 games. I've played in a lot of games, and we've had guys transfer in that have played in games too. And the guys that we've lost were amazing, and we've had great guys that have come in and filled in the spots, and have come in and done a great job of working every day and continue to get better. And I think that the standard is the standard on the defensive line. It's been a thing since David Moa, Chase Atata, and Satai Louie were around, and it hasn't dropped off since then. And that's our goal this year, is to keep that standard.
So I don't know if it's like, I don't know if proving people wrong is the right phrase, but I mean, do you guys have a little chip that like, hey, we can play too?
The biggest focus for us is just taking it day by day, and we know the possibility that we have in our room and the potential that we have. We think that we can be the most dominant front on the West Coast, and I think that as long as we just keep our foot in the pedal and keep on working, I mean, that's not really something that we concern ourselves with, but we keep it going.
What does it take to be a good interior defensive lineman? What are the skills?
I think the two most important things, particularly in the run game, is your pad and hand leverage. I think that just on a technical standpoint, I mean, if you get lower than the guy and get your hands inside, I mean, you're going to win every run block you get. But at the end of the day, I mean, D linemen are a rare breed. There's a certain kind of person you got to be able to play that position, and starts with your mentality, and then it comes with how you work every single day and what you bring to the table in terms of how much you contribute to the team.
It's taken you 5 years to kind of climb up this step. How much patience has that taken, and what's this ride been like for you?
You know, honestly, for me, it's been a lot of, I know the standard here. I know what I had to do to get myself in the position I'm in right now. And I've been surrounded by very talented guys. I mean, obviously, one of my best friends is on the Chargers right now, but it's just been, being around the boys, learning from them, working with them, and continue to grow has really allowed me to take the next step in the past offseason into this fall camp and finally put myself in the position that I want to be.
We were talking to Bush yesterday. He said, yeah, you've been putting in hard work this year, but you've been doing it since Spencer, not Bush, my bad. But he said, you've been doing this, all the time. Even when you were kind of, redshirt freshman. Was that kind of the mentality of, hey, I just got to do this to get to where I want to be?
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, there's a certain mentality that comes with boise-state-football and the players that are here, and that's something that I've embraced since the first day that I was here. I love this place, which is why that I've never had a problem with, just getting in and working when I can play and playing when I do. But it's really been a thing for me. I think this offseason is finding another way to work on myself. I think that I've had ways that I've worked in the past, but I kind of changed in terms of how I worked this offseason that allowed me to change my body in the way I needed to play.
What kind of changes?
Honestly, I just put a lot of focus into my prehab and my rehab and my flexibility. I've always been a strong guy. It's never really been a problem for me. It's just always been a little bit of movement limitations, but I've completely erased those. I'm moving great. I feel great, and I'm pretty excited for the season, finally.
I feel like Hassanein's going to pop this year.
Oh, yeah.
You've been around where, he's only spoken English for 5 years. When he came here, he even said he didn't know any of the terminology. It was weird. Where is he now as far as football acumen? And they've obviously switched positions. He's playing on the edge now. Why is he going to pop this year?
He just comes in every single day, and he outworks everybody that he can. It's his goal is to come in, and whatever the coaches tell him to do, he's going to fall 100%. He's one of the best people that I've ever been around in my entire life. He just comes in. He's got a great heart. He's got a great work ethic, and he's so freaking explosive too. That obviously is a big reason why he's going to pop this year. It's going to be awesome for him.
You mentioned some of the newcomers. Who's come in and impressed you so
far? Honestly, up front, we've had Howard, Sheldon, and Max all come in, and all three of them have done a tremendous job this offseason of buying into what we do and what we're about up front in the defensive tackle room. And all three of them, especially in this fall camp, each day there's something new that we're all working on and something that we're developing on. And we're building upon it. And those guys have done an unbelievable job of come in and do what's asked of them and stay committed each day. And everyone in my room, the reason why I love my room so much is we come in and you know that we're going to work. There's not going to be a lull with our defensive line room, and if there is, we're going to get it fixed right away. And I love my guys, and they've been those 3 guys that have come in, and they've made a big impact already on our practices, and I think that they're going to have a big impact on our defense this year.
In terms of the depth, I mean, I know guys may want to dream of, well, I want to play all 84 snaps or whatever, but
right.
I mean, how important is it to have at least a second unit and even a third unit that in the middle of a game
it's
you
crucial.
Be running in and off?
I mean, it's crucial up front with defensive linemen. Obviously, I mean, you saw that last year. I don't know the total number of guys that played up front, but we had a lot of different guys playing in games last year, and it's crucial that every single guy in the room, similar to what we were talking about when this is my 5th year, and I finally jumped up, it's crucial for guys to understand that their number will be called upon at some point, and they need to be ready for when their opportunity is. And I think that everybody in the room has just done a great job of understanding that and understanding that we got to work and we got to build, and if we want to play, we got to earn it every single day during fall camp.
You go against the offensive line all the time. So where do you think they're better this year? What can they do this year that maybe they couldn't do in the past?
I love our O-line. I would definitely say that this fall camp in particular has been the most physical fall camp up front that I've ever been a part of. We got great guys up front. The interior is unbelievable, and obviously you got Cade, who's an all-conference guy at tackle, and then Cage is coming along pretty well, and the other guys like Ethan. I think that the O-line has just done a great job of honing in each day and being physical and being violent at the point of attack. And honestly, I think that's a reason why our defensive line has been able to come so far as we have during fall camp. It's because of the competition we go up against every day. I don't think we're going to play an offensive lineman like these guys.
I'm pretty sure I saw on social media that you already graduated from Boise State. Is that true? When did you graduate, and what was your degree?
Yes, ma'am. I graduated this spring. I graduated with 2 degrees, one in business administration and one in entrepreneurship management. And I'm starting my master's with a management emphasis in a week. Or 6 days, actually. Yeah.
Wow. So do you have any plans after football to kind of use those degrees?
As of right now, I hate to say that I have no plan, but right now I just am really focused in on the 2023 boise-state football team. That's the only thing I care about, is coming in each day and being around these guys and working, and whatever comes after that.
Is that a 1-year program or a 2-year program?
It's a 2-year program. I'm going to attempt to get it done as fast as I can, but I mean, it's gonna be a lot of work, but I'm excited for it.
And you have 2 years left of eligibility, right?
Yes, that is correct. Yeah.
So just kind of what's kind of the load management going to be like to try to play college football and get that degree?
I mean, I got pretty used to it in my undergrad. I mean, I got 2 undergrad degrees done, and I kind of figured it out that as long as I stay on top of every assignment and don't let things get late, I can do it. And I have the same mindset going into my master's. I'm pretty confident that I can handle it.
You've been here pretty long, and I don't think many people know anything about you. Can you tell us about your recruitment? Like, how the heck did you end up in Boise State out of Yorba Linda?
My recruiting process was interesting. Started off with the Ivy League schools, and then I started growing to Mountain West schools, and then I started talking to some Pac-12s. The biggest thing for me was at Yorba Linda High School in Yorba Linda, California. We established a really strong culture at that high school. Obviously, I mean, we have Nathan Cardona and Mason Randolph, who came a year after me and 2 years after me, and they're obviously developing into great players as well. As soon as I walked through the door, you can feel it at this place. I knew that this is where I needed to be. I knew that this is the culture that I want to be a part of, and it's a real thing. I mean, people talk about it all the time, but the culture is real.
So what did the coach at Yorba Linda do that almost resembled this place so much?
It's all about the process. I mean, it's the same thing here. There's a process that goes into our culture here. There's a process that goes into, everything's planned out. I think Jeff Bailey at Yorba Linda's done a great job establishing that and taking guys through their winter program and their spring ball and everything like that. And it just kind of laid the foundation for me to come into a program like this and stay committed to a program like this and really enjoy it and thrive in this place.
Also, off topic, your best Ben Dooley story is what?
Oh my God. What can I say on camera? My best Ben Dooley story would have to be, oh my God. I'm just going to go with a broad one here. Every time that he pancakes someone on the field, he comes off and you can like just see the steam coming off his head, and he's just losing his mind every day, and that carries over into practice obviously like that. Like I can give you one from today, like we're doing one-on-ones, and you just hear Ben Dooley's voice talking trash, just screaming over the top of everybody, and me and him are just going back and forth just because that's the relationship Ben and I have. We were roommates freshman year, and we've been so close since. Sorry, go for it.
A lot of people forget, but obviously during that COVID year,
Yeah.
he flipped over.
Yeah.
D-line.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you
Had
for
a couple
reminding me of that.
tackles. What was Ben Dooley, the D lineman, like?
That's my favorite Ben Dooley memory, and it's not even close. Thank you for reminding me about that. It's been obviously a long time, but that was unbelievable because he flipped over on I think it might have been a Wednesday or a Thursday.
Tackle in the game.
Oh my God, yeah, and he was blowing the guards up. He came in and he did really well. He could 100% play nose tackle in Division I college football. Ben's an athletic guy. I mean, everyone can see that, and it also applies into his mentality and his physicality. And I mean, guys like that, you can plug him in wherever, which clearly he comes over D-line and he thrives.
On Wednesday, could you flip and play offensive guard there?
Oh yeah. I have full confidence. I do Clydesdale, and I can block on goal line. I just would, pass blocking might be a question mark, but if we were throwing the ball every play, which we could.
Just looking at the offense, how it's changed since the first 4 weeks last year to what it is now, what kind of different looks are you guys getting? How do you prepare for arguably the best offense in G5?
I mean, it's tough. Those guys are talented on that side of the ball now. I mean, they got a great O-line. They have unbelievably explosive skill position players all over the field, not just in the backfield, the wide receivers and the tight ends as well. It's really just something of coming in every day and knowing that you're going to face potentially the best offense that you could see all season, and you go in there with the mentality that you got to be ready, or else they're going to run on you or they're going to throw on you. And it's been great this fall camp. This is my most enjoyable one yet.
You mentioned Scott Matlock's one of your best friends. Was he telling you about the NFL? And I'm sure he's probably asking you about what's going on here.
Oh yeah. No, we were on the phone last night, and I know he's going to see this interview and he's going to laugh at me because I was like, I know they're going to ask me about Scott, but it's been cool to check in with him. Obviously he's one of my best friends, but as this offseason's been going along, I've been really looking to him for guidance, calling him and seeing what he would do in certain situations and how he thought I should go about changing my process to get my body and my mind in the right place for this upcoming season, and just bouncing back and forth with him. I mean, it's been great.
When one of the pillars of this defense is stop the run,
Yeah.
how beneficial is it for you guys to go against one of the best running back rooms in the conference?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, we need this work. Obviously, we have very talented backs in George and Ashton. We have young guys in Breezy. Tyler Crow, too. Tyler Crow lowers his shoulder, and he brings a pop in K-Dud. Going up against all those guys every day during practice is undeniably going to get us ready for this season in terms of stopping the run and seeing backs where it doesn't matter who faces us. We're going to be ready for them.